Greetings nerdy list aficionados and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Today we're looking at superhero origins but with a twist. There are lots of iconic ways to get powers. Born with them, accident, radiation, bitten by something, most likely full of radiation, mystic energy, you name it. But some of these heroes were given their powers, like here you go. There are many different ways to be given these powers, some as a gift, or intentionally, or out of necessity, but these powers come with a bit of a different weight because of that, and the way that their wielders process them because of that varies as well. I'm Sasha and these are the top 10 superheroes who were given their powers. Number 10. Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer was the Herald of Galactus, sent ahead to announce the Devourer of Worlds' arrival. The way he became a herald was part of his tragic backstory. The Silver Surfer had been Norrin Radd. He first appeared in Fantastic Four number 48 in 1966. He was from the planet Zen-La. When Galactus came to Norrin's planet, he pled with him to save his lover and world, and in the process pledged allegiance to Galactus, and he would help him find more worlds to eat, which is pretty awful. But he has a change of heart when he comes to Earth and is convinced of the error of his ways, and actually turns on Galactus, becoming a hero using the very powers that Galactus gave him. This was a tale that actually evolved as a surprise, because Stan Lee and Jack Kirby had been writing using the Marvel method, which means that Lee would add dialogue after, and the plot details and things were kept vague. It evolved as written basically. So the Silver Surfer was a bit of a surprise in how much he evolved from first appearance as a guy just literally surfing the galaxy to key player in this arc. Number 9. She-Hulk. The She-Hulk was created in 1980 as a way for Marvel to secure the copyright and trademark of the name because the Hulk TV series was running at the same time, it was a thing. She was introduced as Bruce Banner's cousin, a criminal lawyer. She was Jennifer Walters, and when Bruce met up with her, she ended up being shot by criminals trying to shut her up. So he had only one option to save her life, an emergency blood transfusion. So he tourniqueted himself and got to work. The thing is, his blood was infused with gamma radiation, so in the process he transferred some of his Hulkness to her. When angry or stressed, she would become the She-Hulk, and she loved it, viewing it as a gift. It was a way to have a physical strength to match her mental one. She got her powers and ran with it. Lawyer by day and superhero by day and night. Woo! Taking names. Number 8. Donna Troy. Donna Troy has had many origins and retcons, and that has altered her origins. So she was created by accident when a writer got confused after looking at Wonder Woman covers and seeing a teen Wonder Girl, and assuming it was another character, when really it was a de-aged version of Wonder Girl, who Wonder Woman fought crime alongside. This was to prove to the Comics Code Authority that she wasn't a lesbian. True story. He thought it was another character, so put her on a team book full of sidekicks, the Teen Titans. So when Donna Troy got an origin as a solo character, which would happen years after her debut in the Teen Titans, she would be an orphan that Wonder Woman saved from a fire, and her powers were given to her by the Amazons, who shot her with a purple ray that they had on Paradise Island, which was usually used for healing. This because, she needed to be able to keep up with the rest of them. Wonder Woman's home was called Paradise Island before the name was changed to Themyscira. Donna Troy would then go through a series of reboots and retcons, which would leave fans confused. She's currently a fusion between her first origin and then the new Teen Titans one, new in the 80s. Number 7. Wolverine. Wolverine is one of those people where the powers given were not voluntary and also cruel, as you could argue that She-Hulks weren't voluntary either, but an act of kindness. Wolverine was part of the Weapon X program, where adamantium was forcibly bonded to his skeleton, which took hold firmly as Logan, formerly James Howlett, had a latent mutant healing ability. He would also have his mind messed with and his memories largely erased. Wolverine had a long journey towards curbing his anger and becoming a hero, but his adamantium claws would prove to be an asset. Except for that time I need to rip them from his body, which, fair play. He's just not doing it again out of courtesy and because Charles wiped his mind after that, and that created onslaught, and people have mixed feelings about that. Number 6. Drax. Drax the Destroyer. He was Arthur Douglas. He got into a crash after Thanos crashed on Earth and thought that he'd been seen. And you know what? You gotta be careful. His wife would die, but his daughter survives and later becomes Moondragon. Douglas's spirit was captured by Mentor and the Titan god Kronos to combat Thanos, and he was given a new name and a new body. He was called Drax, the Destroyer. After Drax recovers his memories, he spends years searching for purpose, a quest that for a time placed him on a more villainous bend, but he would eventually embrace his mission to destroy Thanos, and work amongst heroes to do so. It helped when he was reunited with his daughter Moondragon as well. The family that fights Thanos together stays together. Drax has been added to the Guardians of the Galaxy modern run in order to align with the MCU and create horizontal brand synergy in the hopes that fans will move from film to comics, a move that happens more in reverse. And with Kevin Feige, head of all Marvel, including comics at the time of this recording, get ready for a lot more decisions just like that. Number 5. Kon-El, aka Superboy, aka Connor Kent. So he is a clone created from Superman's DNA and Lex Luthor's. For a while it was some humans, then it was Lois's, but Lex makes the most sense and is the only canon I want to live in. He was given his Kryptonian powers because of the process, and for a while would struggled whether he was good or not. In the Teen Titans arc where he went evil, he went bald like Lex. It was a time. Connor has had a few iterations, and the 90s version with his side belt and 90s glasses has returned with a vengeance. He occupies an interesting space since Clark had a son who was hyper-aged in space and returned as a 17-year-old who is now Superboy but then left to join the Legion, and now 5G is happening, so maybe none of that will matter. But this initially happened so Dan Didio could ensure that Superman didn't have a together domestic family unit, because that's boring. Why would you want your heroes to be happy? There can be no conflict there. That was a thing that us adults call sarcasm. Number 4. Captain America. Steve Rogers was part of the Super Soldier program. He volunteered and was given his powers to serve America. Empowered by the Super Soldier serum, he has super strength, increased reflexes, and muscles that never need maintaining. Because even when he loses the serum, which happens periodically, he still has them. They're still up there. What Steve's serum will allow him to do varies, such as can he get drunk or not? You decide. If he snorts drugs, will he stay high for a week? Yes, that's actually a yes. But will he turn into a werewolf? Yes, he can. It's an interesting life being Captain America. Steve would be the only person initially to get the perfected Super Soldier serum, as the scientist responsible would be assassinated moments later. Cap actually had a pretty good transition from Capsicle to Silver Age to, well, modern age. Not all propaganda pieces can be as molded as he has been, though mileage varies. How do you feel about Cap? Let me know down below. Number 3. Deku. That's right, My Hero Academia. The entire premise behind Deku's character arc is him being chosen by his hero All Might to have his trait One for All, even though he himself was one of the rare children born quirkless, meaning without powers. He is gifted the powers because All Might sees that he has a heroic heart and will value the power in a way that those born with quirks couldn't. It's really heartwarming. This shonen has depth, people. It also set up intense rivalries between him and other students as they wonder just what did he do to be worthy of All Might's praise, because they don't know about the power transfer. So they have all these theories like, is he his son? My Hero is such a good manga and show, and yes, I watch anime and read manga too. Super nerdy. Number 2. Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan was a test pilot when his life changed. He was selected by the Green Lantern ring of the dying alien Abin Sur, who sends his ring out to seek his successor. It seeks a man with the ability to overcome great fear, or in the early days have no fear at all, which is actually a condition, but that's fine. And so Hal Jordan is selected and thrust into a world he had no idea existed. The thing with Green Lantern is that the lore has grown a lot as it has gone on. Things that will be commonplace now were actually added over time, like the core itself, all the different races, other Earth Lanterns, Hal having traits. That wasn't salty, he just developed a bit more over time. Still, the ring was just given to him, and that's a lot to be given such responsibility and to embrace it. Pretty heroic. Hal Jordan is the Silver Age Green Lantern. The Golden Age Green Lantern, Alan Scott, found a mystic Green Lantern, hence the name. The Silver Age Green Lantern would have a lantern to charge his ring, but way more focus was put on the alien space angle, and no purple costume, purple cape. That's a bold choice. And finally, in at number 1, Shazam / Captain Marvel. No, I wouldn't let it die, he was there first. Billy Batson has a pretty iconic origin. He was selling newspapers when he saw a person who looked shady going into the subway, so he followed him. And the subway takes him to a magic cave where he meets a wizard who imbues him with the power of Shazam. That was also the wizard's name. It fills him with Grecian powers, the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, etc., and the cool ability to turn into an adult superhero by yelling his own name, Shazam, which is also now his superhero name because of a convoluted history involving being sued by DC, folding as a company, being bought by them, and then having to deal with a battle with Marvel, who at that point had their own Captain Marvel character. Also, that story is one that people like to use for cred, so if they feel that you missed something, they will be all like, oh my god, what a fake nerd. I can't believe you wouldn't explain this for a whole half hour. Wow, I'm a human salt lick today. And while I'm talking about Billy of all people, sweet, sweet Billy. He has the best given powers though. Just like, here you go, you're magic and not murdered. Hooray! I'm Sasha and that was Top 10 Nerd. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know any other heroes who you feel were given their powers. Also, like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. And we'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Greetings, Nerdy List aficionados. It's fine, are you okay?